Hello, Divine One. Thank you for pressing play. Thank you for coming to co-create here with me, with us, with Source today, with all the yous, because you are you and you are everything. And I'm hearing that at this time, like the illusion of separation, well, it's like you're seeing separation for the illusion that it is. And there is something truly liberating in stepping into that place, into that space, into that frequency of knowing that the now is all that there is and that the now contains everything, and that anything that is happening in the now is happening for you, is happening for a reason, is mirroring to you what you need to see to be more free, or to remember that you are free. So if this message has found you, so much has awakened within you at this time, and it is undeniable. It is so undeniable, not just to you, to others I'm hearing too. Does this surprise you? Does it surprise you that in your authenticity, in your truth, you standing in your light, in your divinity, that other people are noticing, are feeling the rising of your frequency, even though they don't quite know what it is that they're noticing, what it is that they're feeling, what it is that they're sensing or picking up on? And perhaps what this is reflecting to you in your reality is a lot of conflict. People don't necessarily initially appreciate when their reality starts having a serious conversation with them. Do you remember? Do you remember how it felt to look at things from an entirely new perspective? Do you remember what it felt like to realize that you create everything with your mind, with your thoughts, with your frequency, with your energy? And that everything is a reflection of that which you need to see, that which you need to experience, so that you can remember your light, your truth, your divinity. And this is the paradigm of, like, it's not an old paradigm, it's kind of the paradigm that we're in. It's kind of like this limbo paradigm, but it is the doorway to your heaven on earth. That's what I'm hearing. It's also what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. Like, I'm seeing kind of like a ball. I call it chaos. Let's call it a ball of chaos, because life is chaos. Life is chaos. Life is lifing. And when it's really, really talking to you, sometimes it can feel really chaotic. Giving birth is a chaotic thing. And as a creator, you are birthing that which has never been created into reality. Always. You are here to create that which does not exist. So in chaos, magic and miracles and things can be created and birthed into reality. Think of what I'm seeing in my mind's eyes. I'm seeing like the sea or an ocean, and it's very, very calm, and there's no wind, and the boats can't go anywhere. Like, obviously these are sailboats, they can't go anywhere. They're kind of stuck, waiting for energy to begin moving so that they can begin moving. So storms can be chaotic, but they serve a purpose. So perhaps you find yourself in the midst of a storm, but suddenly you realize, because I'm feeling such an energetic shift from those of you that are watching this. I feel like for some of you, this jump into 5D heart-based consciousness may have already occurred. You may have found yourself experiencing something unfavorable and suddenly experiencing it differently, seeing it from an entirely new perspective, and going, okay, what is this telling me? But more so than that, I feel like you taking ownership. What I'm seeing is, and basically I'm seeing little balls of light, but I'm seeing two balls of light, and as they're like spending time together, I see the other ball of light change color, like it's lowering its frequency, it's lowering its vibration, and then you see the other one like I see this ball of light go, and then this little ball of light takes a moment or two, it starts going darker and darker and darker, and then it kind of lights up the sky in a way. It just releases light, and that's alchemy. That's I want to say the visual representation of alchemy, what I'm seeing in my mind's eye, because that's what I'm feeling for you. I'm feeling that you're in situations, or you find yourself in a situation, and in the situation suddenly you desire to do things differently, and perhaps you do things exactly the same. Perhaps when the energy that you were interacting with leaves, there is some reflection, there is some alchemy, there is something that occurs, and it's you stepping into, I feel, your heart-based consciousness. 555 as this is coming through. It's like you've shifted into a whole new perspective, because that is what shifts are. Yes, we have lots of types of shifts, but for the most part, an energetic shift is a raise in consciousness. It's you rising your consciousness, which means you've shifted perspectives and you're seeing things from a whole new angle, a whole new vantage point, and thus you're experiencing it differently. Okay, I'm being told to take the cards out now, friends. So if this resonates with you, my name is Angela. I channel Source Consciousness daily through for you guys. And I feel that the message today is really one of encouragement. The messages that have been coming through have been preparing you for something big. And I feel like if this message has found you today, you've just stepped onto that I'm seeing a pebble, like I'm actually seeing like floating pebbles. So it's not necessarily a path, but it's like you've stepped onto the first pebble, and now I'm seeing all the other pebbles kind of disappear, like under the water. So it's like you can't know where you are going, but wherever you feel called to take the step and trust. So it's very much, once again, reinforcing the hold, the pose, anchor in your vibration and frequency, because the frequency that you wait in creates. It creates, like the bottle of wine, right? So very much, this is a holding the pose, but holding the pose and not allowing your frequency to drop. And if it does, catching it, not judging yourself, not blaming, knowing that it is something for alchemy. It is something for you to go, okay, why did I go down that thought paradigm? This is about, it's like time to pay attention to your patterning and your behaviors, because it can't go with you where you're going. So like what I'm feeling is all the big stuff, 0808, all the big stuff has happened, and you've chosen you in the most, the best word that I can use is important, but it's important for you. It's not going to necessarily have been important for anybody else, but you chose you, or you chose differently in a way that was really significant for you. And through that particular choice portal, because your choices are portals and your words are spells, through that particular choice portal, it's like you've stepped into an abundance portal that is just going to grow and grow and grow. And I'm getting huge chills. Grow and grow and grow and grow. And this is all in relation to what has happened cosmically, right? It's almost like the Lionsgate portal came and it opened, and then like if you jumped through it, or it's not even about jumping through it, because it happens regardless of what you choose. 9-9 is a reminder of that, like certain things are just by design. You designed yourself to be here now, where all of this cosmic magic was happening that would assist you in remembering more and more of who you are. And it's like the resistance within you is over. It's like you've experienced enough, seen enough, remembered enough to let go of the reins and just experience and allow and alchemize. You are here to experience and create magic. It starts with your alchemy. It starts with you releasing you and all that was, every story, every old belief, every limiting belief that you have about yourself, the world, and everybody else or everyone else. Generally, we impose the limiting beliefs that we have in ourselves on others. And whether they experience it that way doesn't really matter, because in our minds, it is that way. So we will see things from that perspective. Doesn't necessarily mean that people are actually behaving that way, but we are seeing it that way. So perspectives are really, really interesting things, especially when the ego is involved, right, with the attachment. Because once the ego has attached to something, it will do everything to justify that attachment, including lying to itself. So I'm seeing and hearing like a detanglement of the ego, like a detachment from the ego. It's not abolishing the ego. It's not making the ego go away. It's not judging the ego for being exactly what it was designed to be. 11:11. It's learning to work with the ego and its limitations. You are not limited. Your ego is limited. Your ego only wants to play in one paradigm, but you are a multidimensional being here to play in every high frequency 5D paradigm and beyond. And you are meant to play in those paradigms, and as you play in them, you raise the Earth's vibration. It's one of the ways that you raise the Earth's vibration, 1144. This is very much collectively, right? This is how we collectively bring in new Earth. Okay, friends. So taking out the cards now that really wanted to come through for you. So I have learned to allow, like I've learned now that there are so many streams of consciousness, and it may be a little bit frustrating for you guys. I imagine on the other end, it might be, it might not be, I don't know. But sometimes I know I don't finish a thought. I know I hop onto another stream of consciousness, and then it circles me back at some point later in the message. This is by design. It's not yeah, it's interesting. Initially, I used to resist it, and I used to feel my human sort of panic a little bit. But I've been finding that it has been happening more and more, and I have been experiencing, when I say the feeling of different streams of consciousness, it's almost like choosing to go into a corridor, and suddenly there's 3 doors, and you choose to go through one door, and then suddenly you hear a whole bunch of doors open up, and you kind of take a peek and you see something exciting, and then you get pulled there. And it's so exciting because you feel the energy and frequency, so you just allow. And then when it's finished, you kind of step back out, and you feel called to jump on that other. It's really hard to explain, but it is kind of like that. It's like once you allow it, you feel the energy, and it's almost, you don't really want to let it go, especially if it's something that resonates. So I don't know why, but I felt the call to give that little, for lack of a better word, explanation. So, okay. Grounding yourself now with your breath. Grounding yourself, this magical, perfect now with your breath. Breathing in through your nose to capacity, holding for a moment or two before fully surrendering on each exhale, opening to receive on each inhale, softening to surrender on each exhale. Okay, friends, this is a really interesting energy. We have the Magician here. Okay, let me turn this deck down. We have the Magician here. We have the 4 of Swords with the Queen of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the Empress. The energy that I'm feeling here, it's like, okay, I'm just gonna give what they're giving me. Miraculous manifestation, 144, that's coming through, and this means it's really energetic. It is what is happening. It's linked to this Lion's Gate portal that kind of, what I see in my mind's eye is that it opened, and you chose you in enough ways that you kind of got pulled in to this abundance portal, and when you were in it, you chose you more and more, and then you kind of unlocked like an abundance portal within the Lionsgate portal that is now remaining open for you always. Confirmation from upstairs. Remaining open for you always. And it's like your frequency will make it more amplified or less amplified, but it is there. And it is, I'm hearing it's not, okay, I'm hearing it with a chuckle. So take this with a pinch of salt. It's like there's no time to waste. And this is a chuckle because there is no such thing as time and there's no rush from anywhere. But you designed certain things. It's almost like you put, okay, I like this imagery. It's almost like your human experience is an escape room. But for the first part, you had to go to sleep to forget that you were in an escape room. So you didn't search for clues. You just entertained yourself with whatever was available. You just saw things as entertainment, just saw things as, I don't know. The word is not finding me, but I feel like you guys get the energy. And then suddenly one day maybe you have a dream, or maybe you open one of those books that you'd always read, and suddenly you're thinking about it differently, experiencing it differently, right? You're waking up to the illusion. And now you suddenly discover that there are secrets, keys, ways to unlock, right? Puzzles almost. So you go searching and searching and searching, and you find the puzzles. You found all the pieces. You found all the pieces, and you have escaped the escape room. The escape room was your mind. The escape room was the veil. The escape room was thinking that you had to be anything that you don't desire to be, that you don't choose to be. So I saw a lot of, like, I saw 444 when I was allowing that to come through, and I'm really being called to the 4 here. It's like you've done all the work, and now it's time to rest and allow, right? Because your divine team, they're like busy worker bees right now. Since you kind of access this bonus abundance portal, I don't know what words to use here, friends, because that's really what it's not. It is beyond words, and words are just words. Everything is words are energy and frequency, and they are limited. But what I'm feeling and what I see is that, yeah, it's like you unlocked a bonus level, and now you get to live freely and embodied, creating in flow. I'm being called to this infinity symbol again. This, right? It's coming from his hand. He is creating his abundance simply by sitting there and knowing and trusting and believing. So what I'm feeling here, friends, because this is really beautiful. It's so beautiful. You and your authenticity, right? This is what I'm feeling with the Queen of Cups. It's like you allowing yourself to feel what you feel without shame, blame, or judgment. Because there is, in some ways, okay, Five of Cups, King of Swords, in some ways there is kind of a little bit of a grieving process that can come up in discovering who you authentically are. Because for some of us, we buried that down deep, right? For some of us, the experiences that we came here to experience were enough for us to make ourselves really small. And you designed it that way, and you designed it that way perfectly. But now it's time to let it go. Because the truth of you knows that making yourself small, not being who you feel called to be, not saying what you feel called to say. And it's really about being you, unapologetically so. If this message has found you, you are at the point in your journey where when you are devoting to self, you are doing it in such a way that is selfless in many ways. And when you devote to you, it is an act of self-love that trickles down to everyone. You from, like, you tired, you exhausted, you half flat, and they're wanting me to say half flat. If you're feeling that way, if you're feeling any of those types of things, like just really, really low energy, it's because you are still holding on to parts of the illusion. I'm hearing really strongly, and it's exhausting you. It's exhausting you. You are really being called. I'm going to pull some oracle cards here with this King of Swords. You are really being called to claim your mental mastery. Because I feel that you have been catching yourself more and more. You have been calling yourself back to the now with ease and grace. I'm even seeing a smiley face. So like you've almost been seeing the humorous side of, oh, I was thinking there again, goodness gracious. Okay, coming back here now. Like, because it is about making light of it. It's not so serious. Mental mastery is not so much about, it is about stilling the mind, but it's also about using the mind to create. So I'm feeling some ego death here with this 5 of Cups. I'm feeling really, for some of you, there is still some attachment to aspects of the illusion that bring you, that you think bring you comfort because it's known. Okay, let's see what else wants to come through here. Okay, home, earth, I'm being told one more. Okay, companionship. Animals, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay. Maybe some of you have been wanting to get a pet and you needed some confirmation. I feel like this may be it. Take that if it resonates. Because I am really feeling like an animal energy, an animal presence. Just in that, that abundant love, right? Okay, so things are shifting, and really I feel like you're being called to tap into your wild side a little bit, your inner warrior, right, which has arisen. And I'm hearing it's time for you to like create home where you are. I also feel like for some of you, home may be shifting, right? With many of the shifts that you have experienced in the last, say, 3 months, that you may very well be shifting homes. Maybe you're just rearranging your home. But this particular message of like moving around and home shifting has come through a lot for this collective. And with this companionship in animals, I'm feeling such a connection between the two. Okay, so perhaps maybe you are very isolated and you are very lonely and you've been thinking about getting an animal, but you're not sure. Maybe what I'm hearing is the expense. I'm hearing that there has been some concern about expense, or even like time or effort. I don't know. There's been some concern, some type of deterrent. And what Source wants you to know is where you place money is frequency. Money is frequency. Where you place your energy, where you place your money, if it is for you, it brings in abundance. It brings in more. If you place your money in a low vibrational space, something that you know is not for you, not so much that anything gets taken away, but you're putting your focus in a low vibrational space. So you will experience the low vibrational ripples of playing in that space. So if you feel called to get a cat, go get yourself a cat. If you feel called to get a dog, go get yourself a dog. Okay, because I am really feeling companionship here. I'm feeling companionship in the home. Okay. What else wants to come through here? I'm feeling like there's still more there for you. Just hang on. Okay, Page of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, and the Strength card. Yeah, you're really being called to hold the pose and anchor the light. It's like in this space, in this, like, right before, like, because this is, I feel like this is the epitome of bliss before bliss, because I feel that if this message has found you and if it resonates with you, you feel the resonance of what is coming through. You feel that things are changing rapidly. And I feel like it's because you have been seeing little glimmers of magic, miracles, undeniable things. And seeing that more and more and experiencing that and has activated you more and more. And it's like you're now at a point where you are ready to reach. And you're ready to it's kind of like, yes, I'm saying reach because her hand's going outside, but it's kind of like reaching within and going, giving yourself a handshake and going, okay, I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this. I'm ready to play. I'm ready to do things a whole new way. I'm ready for this bonus level of life where I get to experience things in a whole new way, where I just get to play. Because it is only about the now. Friends, it is only about the now. And yes, we get to live these beautiful lives and we get to meet people and have families and have friends and create businesses or whatever it is that calls to you in your human existence. We get to go for walks on the beach. We get to watch sunrises and sunsets. We get to hold hands in silence. We get to experience so much. We get to experience loss because we loved. We get to experience so much, and we are here to experience it, not resist it. So when emotions arise, because I feel like at this time, right, with the rising in your authenticity, with the rising of the divine feminine, with the rising of the warrior within you, the light warrior that you came here to embody at this time, it has been activated, it has been awakened, and your divine team is creating everything for you now, right? Your dreams, your everything. It's like this guy got here because the horse took him there, right? Source, your divine team, is busy creating everything for you. All you need to do is be here now, trusting, knowing, creating, playing, being. This message is going to come through forever and ever until it doesn't need to anymore. But Source will remind you over and over and over again that you came here to do things in a new way, in a different way, in your unique way. And the rules that apply to others do not apply to you. Other people create their own rules, have their own rule book for their own little universe. Right? Their universe is a mirror. Everything shows us what we need to see. Everything is a reflection. Like, you reflect too. You are a mirror too. You are a divine sacred mirror, but you are also just a mirror. You reflect to others. You allow others to have their own conversations with their realities in the same way that they do that for you. So in this, the advice here, friends, and I'm going to leave it there because the advice here is to trust like you've never trusted before, but more so than that. More so than that. I'm going to pull an alchemy card here and then that will be all. More so than that, you're actually being called to rest. Like, don't rest if you really feel called to go for a run. Like, no. Allow yourself to rest when you feel called to rest. Okay, this is beautiful. It's beautiful. Take it how it resonates. But I think it's really beautiful. It's source is basically going like, things are about to get really, really busy. That magic, those miracles, that, I don't know, thriving business, that seeing people, that huge social circle, that whatever that you have been desiring, that thing that is going to fill the space that is in your life, right? Because you in this space, it's almost like you've gotten a little bit comfortable with the space. So it's just kind of saying, rest easy, friend, rest easy. Beloved is what I'm hearing. Which is a word that's never come through. But yeah, rest easy, beloved. Things are about to get really, really fun and source once you rested. I'm also seeing the way the light and the cards, it's like, in your rest, remember, and this is what they're wanting to emphasize, in your rest, you are creating, right? This message, it's kind of like they've been dropping breadcrumbs of this message, and now today they're going, okay, this is what we're saying here. In your rest, you are creating, and you are being called to rest when you feel called to rest. Do not force, do not try and problem solve, do not try and seek and search and figure out. Like, the door will find you. What I'm being, the memory that's being recalled right now is it the magic wishing chair? Was it Enid Blyton? Right, it had like little wings, like, but I'm seeing it with a door, like a door with wings. Your doorway to this opportunity that is going to find you, this first pebble that is going to show itself to you, but you still take the step, right? You still make the choice. But when this thing presents itself to you, it is going to find you. You can't find it. You don't know where it is. You don't know what it is. You have no idea. You are being called to rest now, little light warrior, because things are about to explode for you in the most beautiful, beautiful, and I'm hearing challenging. But here is the reminder, friends. Challenge is not something to be feared. Challenging is not a bad thing. Challenging is a good thing. When we are challenged, we discover and remember much. It also brings up a lot of stuff for alchemy. Why do we feel challenged? Why do we feel stressed? So there is going to be, it's like what I'm seeing now, it's like you're on a plane and you're flying and suddenly there's wind and turbulence. Like, you're going to experience some turbulence. There's nothing you can do but sit back, put your seatbelt on. I don't know, you can't put your chair back when there's turbulence on a plane, but basically close your eyes and rest and just know that everything is going to be not just fine, not just okay, beyond your wildest dreams, right? Beyond your wildest dreams. And all of this is being created at this time. You left yourself these breadcrumbs. You are on this trajectory, and they're wanting me to say trajectory because it's like your vibration just seems to, your frequency just seems to increase and increase and increase because something within you shifted drastically, I'm hearing, and dramatically. 3 right? Like, something occurred. Maybe something didn't occur. Maybe you were just sitting on the couch reflecting and kaboom, kabang. I don't know, friend, but I do know that right now, the magic that you are reflecting to others is creating miracles. Okay. Have a beautiful, magical now. Thank you for co-creating this message with me today. It was an interesting one, a fun one. Playing in your frequency is truly, truly beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for anchoring the light. Thank you for the love, the comments, for being the beautiful, beautiful being that you are. Have a beautiful, magical now. Bye-bye.